Man killed by police after allegedly attacking father with machete in Mandeville. A man reportedly of unsound mind was fatally shot by the police on Monday morning after they responded to a domestic dispute in which he had allegedly injured his father at their home in Mandeville. Deputy Superintendent Dennis Simmons, crime officer for Manchester, told reporters that the police were called to a house on the Carteret Road about 8 a.m., where 50-year-old Okari Gale was reportedly using a machete to inflict wounds to his 77-year-old father, George Gale. He said when the police arrived, George was seen lying on the ground bleeding, with Okari standing over him with a machete raised in his hand. He said the police instructed Okari to drop the machete, but he refused and was postured as if he was going to inflict chop wounds to George Gale. The police opened fire and shot Okari. Both father and son were taken to the Mandeville Regional Hospital, where Okari was pronounced dead and George is undergoing treatment. Simmons noted that George is in serious but stable condition. Body of an unidentified pregnant woman found wrapped into Pauline in St. Mary. The St. Mary police are seeking the public's help to identify a pregnant woman who was found dead in Devon Pen in the parish on Sunday. Police sources say that approximately 4 p.m., residents reported the presence of a body wrapped in a tarpaulin along the roadway. The police say the dead woman is of dark complexion, thin built, and appeared to be in her mid to late 20s. The body showed signs of strangulation and was clothed in a white t-shirt, blue underwear, and black socks. Tattoos were observed on the chest, thigh, and right shoulder, said Acting Superintendent of Police for St. Mary Police Division, Anthony Wallace. Wallace said the deceased is believed to have been pregnant. The scene was processed by forensics experts. The body was transferred to the funeral home for post-mortem examination. Preliminary investigations are ongoing, and we're appealing to anyone with information that could assist in identifying the deceased or leading to the apprehension of those responsible to contact the Port Mary Police at 876-994-4222, Crime Stop at 311, or the nearest police station. The public's assistance is crucial in solving this case, Wallace concluded. Education Ministry provides grief support to Jesse Paul staff ahead of the resumption of classes. The Ministry of Education said its trauma and grief counseling team will remain engaged with the primary school as the school community navigates the tragic loss of its principal, Oni Stevens, and his wife. Stevens and his wife, Kamisha, died in a motor vehicle crash on a highway in the United States on Friday. The couple and their 2 daughters were on their way to the airport to board a flight back to Jamaica after spending Christmas holidays in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. On Monday, the Minister of Education, Dr. Dana Morris Dixon, and the ministry's chief executive officer were among a team of guidance counselors, principals, and other stakeholders that visited the school to provide support to its staff. The day started with professional grief counseling sessions, which were followed by a prayers meeting conducted by pastors and others from the Roman Catholic Church community. When students returned to school today, the ministry said it will focus on supporting their emotional needs and providing resources to help them process their grief. The loss of Mr. Stevens and his wife is a profound tragedy that has deeply affected everyone at the primary school and beyond. The support from the public indicates that he was an exceptional leader, Morris Dixon stated. We will continue to honor Mr. Stevens' legacy as a compassionate and dedicated leader who touched countless lives. The ministry ensures that staff receive the care and resources that they need to cope. Today, we will focus on the support of the children. The ministry will stand with this school community, providing ongoing support and helping everyone to heal together, she added. Supreme Court to begin digitally recording criminal cases in Easter term. The Supreme Court will begin digital recording of proceedings in the criminal courts in April 2025. Chief Justice made the announcement at the swearing-in ceremony for judges for the Michaelmas term. He noted that rules have been created to govern the system's operation and that judicial staff, including judges, will be trained before its implementation. He said the new system will necessitate changes practices regarding how the court operates.
We are now in a position to say that we'll begin digital recording of court proceedings and the criminal courts in the Easter term, that is April. The posts have been created, the rules are in place. That is the work of the committee led by the Honorable Mr. Justice Leighton Pusey. A lot of work went in there over the last couple of years, and so we are now there. Training is to be received through collaboration with one of our international partners, and that will include judges, digital clerks, the transcriptionists, defense counsel, everyone. So the practice of court starting, witness giving evidence, come to the end of evidence, witnesses coming out, and when the witnesses are transitioning, counsel pops up, "Oh, Judge, may I mention the matter of so and so and so?" It will only take 5 or 10 minutes and it becomes 20 minutes. That will now have to come to an end, because to get the best out of digital recording, you need to have the continuous recording of the evidence, so that the transcriptionist will not have to spend time now trying to say, "Oh, this is a part of this case, refers to a bail application." So the evidence will be taken in blocks, so that matters relating to bail applications and so on, now you do them come early or towards the end of the sitting, whether at lunch or at the end of the day.
Elderly woman perishes in blaze. Investigators are trying to determine the cause of a fire on Camp Road in Hopewell, which claimed the life of an 81-year-old woman. The deceased has been identified as Josephine McLaren, who would have celebrated her 82nd birthday on January 22nd. Neighbors noticed her two-story dwelling was on fire, and while extinguishing the Saturday morning blaze, they stumbled upon the elderly woman's burnt body on the lower floor. The incident occurred about 11:30 a.m. According to neighbors, it was strange that McLaren's body was found on the ground floor. That section of the house was occupied by a tenant who was said to be at the market in Montego Bay when the tragedy occurred. We don't know that a gone because the guy wasn't home and she would normally go in at the guy place, a lady said under the condition of not being named. A bed and other furniture were destroyed by the blaze, but residents' swift action prevented the fire from spreading. McLaren's neighbor had been left stunned by her death. This strange man, this strange, said one man who did not want to be identified by name. JTB Deputy Chairman says suggestion that tourism contributes only 6.5% of GDP is erroneous. Deputy Chairman of the Jamaica Tourism Board, JTB, John Blight, has described recent suggestions that tourism contribution to Jamaica's economy was merely 6.5% of gross domestic product GDP, accounting for 113,000 jobs, as being erroneous and contextually discrepancy. In a release, the JTB Deputy Chairman recalled that a World Bank report on Jamaica during the COVID-19 pandemic expressed categorized tourism status as the lifeblood of the local economy. The World Bank report on Jamaica during the height of COVID-19 pandemic, which started in March 2020, stated that the pace of Jamaica's recovery will depend on the global containment of the pandemic and easing of travel restrictions with the rollout of vaccine, Blight pointed out. This is important given the tourism sector contributions over 30% of GDP and supplies a third of the country's jobs, encompassing both direct and indirect contributions. Furthermore, the 2019 Planning Institute of Jamaica PIOJ results place tourism direct contribution to GDP 9.5%, with significant spillover effective across the economy. This contextual discrepancy is crucial to understanding tourism true economic impact and its potential as a growth driver, he added. Blight emphasized that while acknowledging tourism resilience and recovery from challenges such as hurricanes and negative travel advisories, there should now be a collective national discussion in examining what can be done to further optimize this vital industry, adding that the fact that Jamaica has an excess capacity of rooms and proven ability to rebound from shocks suggests immense potential. He argued that there is no better proof of the capacity of the tourism industry to grow the economy than when the sector comes to a halt during the pandemic, noting that as someone who had the privilege of representing the private sector organization of Jamaica, he witnessed how the Bank of Jamaica incorporated projected tourism recovery into their outlook to estimate the broader economic recovery. There was, in my opinion, a direct correlation between tourism recovery and the recovery of the specific industries such as agriculture, manufacturing, and the wild economy, a fact that should not be lost in the moment. The question is, if not tourism, then what other sector can we promote that will sustainably grow the Jamaican economy with the speed needed? This example demonstrates the undeniable power of tourism, but it's emphasized. Continuing, he said, should we not as a country support increasing advertising and airlift seats, support spend to strengthen this high potential industry that can generate short-term inclusive economic growth? Tourism is not a cornerstone of the economy. It is a sector that would deliver significantly more if approached as a national priority. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.